All right, under new business, I'm representing the first vice of California, state of California, passing on the message and communications that we received from the national commander. And the national commander, on May 8th, issued out that Francisco Juarez is suspended. And along with, this is under new business, so I have the floor, Mr. Lugo. Mr.
You're out of order. You're out of order. Point of order. Sit down.
Let me understand what I've already We have discussed the matter of suspension, and we have discussed the matter of land grab over and over again, to the point that I've been told by you, and I am here to serve you, retired everybody. Okay, now, to that end, yes, sir.
We, who are you referring to?
The majority of him. I'll be more specific. Ethics. Go ahead.
I'm from the Ethics Committee, and there was a vote taken here in this group here, and the question was asked, should we continue to West LA? The vote was 19 yay, 13 or 3 abstain. So we want to continue according to our form here, AGIF form here, 1-year chapter.
That was at the meeting.
That was at this meeting of April the 18th. So as far as that goes, we are the ones that make the decision, not one individual or 2 individuals. There was 19 of us that want to continue with the West LA. And again, it's one of these things that even if you guys already know about Dr. Garcia, he formed the AGIF under the basis he wanted to help veterans. Back in 1948, I think it was, he organized his AGIF to help veterans, and he wants it to continue. He's no longer with us. This is old, but there's a lot of history on him where he does go through a lot. He was even awarded by the president, a medal by the president for his work and active work that he had done to help veterans. Not only just help veterans, but there was a lot of discriminations issues. He helped along with that. He brought a lot of points to justify what veterans also needed. So again, where do we stop? Do we just stop because we have some people that say we're creating too many waves? What waves are we creating? We're helping veterans. That's probably always going to be an issue, as you heard from service officer stuff. How long does it take to put a claim in? You don't get it overnight. Myself, personally, it took 6 years to get something. I could have stopped any time. Service officer helped me out. No, we're not quitting. We're going to move forward. I know people that take them 12 years. My brother was one example. It took him 12 years to get his 100. He passed away. Where do we stop?
I just wanted a point of clarification. That was my only reason. I was here at that meeting, and I understand what's been going on. And I do understand you're sitting next to a historian, and you're giving me history that I'm totally familiar with.
Right.
And that's a really good doctor.
I got a lot of documentation. I'm not going to worry you guys with it. You guys already know, and I'm sure you guys can do a follow-up on that. But this is what we're about, and that's the reason we have this program.
Does this belabor the same subject? Because we don't. If I didn't give him the opportunity to speak on it, I shouldn't give it to anybody else unless you want to get into this discussion again.
No. It's pertaining to what you're saying, very simple, basic thing.
No.
Hold on. They're saying. Well, let me help. Show of hands of how many wanted to discuss land grab or the suspensions or the things that are connected to it. Those who want to talk about it, raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You want to talk about it. You want us to get into that dialogue.
Yep.
Okay, how many?
Just got a quick question. Does land grab and suspension have to be together? It can't be two separate
I mean, is one?
I
is
can
one
clarify
the same?
that. The motion actually included whether or not to entertain the totally out of order, unconstitutional suspensions that had no due process. That was also part of the vote.
That's correct. Part of the vote was to whether we pay attention to or not pay attention to what David Rodriguez said was fixed.
Like this attempt.
So my question still stands. Why is the land grab tied with the suspension?
Land grab is tied with a suspension because we're
Can we have two
continuing.
different
we could-
topics of discussion?
Yes, they're the same because they're trying to stop us from advocating and exposing the land grabbers and their things that are taking place. But we have a committee formed to discuss that. And that can be discussed under committee, not necessarily here where a lot of you don't want to hear it. So how many do not want to continue this conversation about land grab and suspension? That's the majority of the
You don't
hands.
want to, or you do want to?
I'm sorry? No, today.
The question is, how many do not or how many do?
How many want to continue the point that Gregory Santana is bringing up?
Yeah.
No. Okay, then we won't. And now we've reached the end of the meeting. Unless we have something for the good of the order. Make it brief. I'll have a ticket over here, please. Buy a raffle ticket and gunning. Good of the order.
Thank you, sir.
Supreme Court leading, he's the San J.J. Overgod.